Boom. We got one of my best students here, Dad Bot Finance, as he's known online. My guy Ian. Just going to talk a little bit about Diversified Income University, what's been working for him, how he's been liking it so far, and his success most importantly. So first thing I wanted to ask you, Ian, is how long have you been doing this? Or when did you first hear about making money online with surveys?
Well, I guess I've been doing it like 3 months now or so, right? I heard about it, quite a while ago. I remember hearing about Diversified University. Actually, it wasn't that then. I think you called it Survey Sauce or something back in the day, right? And yeah, so I heard about it maybe a year ago. And, at first, I forget who it was who reached out to me about it, but I was like, no, I don't know about that. Like I was kind of into the affiliate marketing world, and I didn't think that, much money could be made from surveys. It just kind of seemed a little bit, weird to me. And so I didn't do it, right? But then you and I, struck up a relationship, online over time, and I figured I'd give it a go because, obviously I trusted you, and you're saying you're making money, so why would I not believe that, right? So I gave it a go, and yeah, I've been making some half decent money over here, so I'm pretty happy with my decision to get going on surveys.
Hey, but good to hear. I'm so glad you became successful. As you know from working with me, I literally want y'all to be successful more than some people want to be successful themselves. So now I'm just glad you took the action that I told you and actually, made money, So I want to ask you one more thing real quick, a couple more. What's the most you've made in one opportunity or with one survey, if you can remember?
Oh, in one opportunity, I think that would be it's either 400 Canadian or did I make 450? I think I made 450 US one time actually for a bulletin board for 3 or 5 days or something like that, which, the bulletin boards are my favorite. They're
you don't gotta show your face. You just log in 10 minutes a day or something like that.
Yeah, and it told me it would take me about 4 hours of my time to get that $400 or $500 or whatever it was in the end, and it took me probably half an hour of my time. It was super quick.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I guess that might be more, but you kind of, if you feel comfortable saying, is how much have you made previously, just in general per hour? Most people make 10, 20, 30, $40 per hour. And then that's obviously, $400 in 30 minutes. So I guess how was that jump from before you started making money with surveys?
Yeah, so for me, I'm a teacher up here in Canada, and we get paid pretty well up here compared to in the States. So I earn 6 figures before tax, but with how we're taxed up here, that's a lot less than 6 figures. So anyway, with my wife and I and our 2 young kids, we've got some debt that we've got on the house and whatnot, and this is helping me pay that down quickly. So for me, if I had to kind of break down my hourly wage, I don't know, it's probably $40-$50 Canadian an hour, which is probably about 5 cents US per hour, right? But the surveys are, it's good money, right? I think the smallest amount that I've received is 75 US for an hour, right? I don't think I've had anything less than that. Everything's been higher than that, and for an hour and a half of your time, it's well worth putting that time in, and honestly it's enjoyable. I enjoy talking about the topics I'm selected for. So
sometimes it's fun, for real. I feel the same way.
Yeah,
I want to ask you, so a lot of people be on the fence man, I don't know if I have the time or the money. How much time do you think you put in every week to kind of do what you do?
If I had to average it out, I would say, if I've not been selected for a survey that particular week, I'm probably, doing 20 to 30 minutes a night, just filling in surveys. And, but honestly, I just do it while I'm chilling, watching TV with the wife, right? It's not, I would probably just be browsing Twitter or, playing some games on my phone while I'm watching TV and, doing whatever anyways. So instead I just now fill in the surveys, and honestly, once you get a bit of a rhythm, it goes pretty quickly. I barely even have to look at the questions anymore, right? I kind of know what they look like, and I know the structure, and I can just fly through them, where, at first it would take me maybe 10, 15 minutes to do one. It's taking me maybe 2 or 3 minutes now, and I can just fly through them all, and then I'm done for the night, right? So
I was gonna tell somebody that too, it's the journey gets so much easier as you stay consistent, because it gets to a point, and I'm like that too. I've been doing it for years, but you only been doing it for 3 months. You get to the point quick when you consistently do 10 a day, because you're going through them every day. And sometimes
Yeah.
you can barely glance at the first couple words of the question. You know
For
what answer
sure.
you need to put
Yeah.
in your mind, and it makes
You
it
know what to do, and you figure out some strategies too, right? So like some surveys I've found that like they'll ask you those creative type questions just because they want to know that you have the ability to think and to communicate. And so I'll ask you like, be creative and tell me like 3 uses for like a paperclip, or
yeah,
if you could
yeah,
have dinner with anyone, dead or alive, like who would it be and
power.
why? So now I've sent myself emails, right, that have the answers to those already. So then I just copy and paste those right in, and it save myself time there, and not having to spend like the 5 minutes or so doing that each time. So
Hmm.
you figure out strategies that save you a lot of time along the way too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely would say that as well. Do you have like a like one gem or maybe like a piece of advice you would give to somebody that maybe be on the fence of joining DIU, or someone who feels like maybe they don't have the time or the money to do this?
Yeah, I mean, just like give it a go. I mean, at the end of the day, like what do you have to lose, right? Like a couple $100, like if it's not for you, and if you're struggling for money, like for me, like I made back that couple $100 on my first 2 surveys. And I think, my first one, which was the $75 one, I got like 2 days after signing up, right? So as long as you put the time in and follow, what Malcolm is showing you here, like you're gonna get calls, right? Like, I get people reaching out to me all the time because I'm doing quite well, like through, the Discord channel and whatnot, asking me, what do you do? Like, what sites do you use? Like, how are you getting so many? I'm like I just use the sites that Malcolm has given me, and I just fill in
Man.
10 per day minimum, like he told me to do, right? And I fill in the answers using the profile he gave me, and that's it, right? Like I'm just like, it's not rocket science. I'm just following what I've been told to do, and I get the calls, and I get the money coming in, and it's and hey, it's tax free too. So that's a beauty thing too. Like if you're struggling for money and you're worried about like being taxed more, like you can't. It's gifts and incentives which can't be taxed, right? So at least you're in Canada anyway. So
Yeah,
that's
that's a
that.
different little like depends on the marketing firm. Once you make a certain amount, you have to pay taxes. But
Oh,
either way, it
okay.
depends on the marketing firm. But yeah, it is still a good way to get money quickly, like straight to your
Yeah,
account and fast as you can spend to pay for your groceries, your car note, your car insurance. The price of gas is crazy in the US. I don't know how it is in Canada, but the price of
yeah,
gas, you paying for some of these small things every month with this side hustle. And that's really what I want for a lot of people to realize, that they don't have to go get a second job or a third
for
job.
sure.
You can still
It's
work their main job and then do this on the side, make an extra $1,000 a month, you know?
absolutely, and maybe this will help people. I don't know, but for me, like I'm at the top of my pay bracket now, right? So for no matter how long I teach now, I'm not going to earn any more money than I do right now. But the cost of living, as we know in the last couple of years, is sure not going to slow down, right? So it's only going up. And my wife was on maternity leave this last year and a half, and with the increase in cost of living, like that's really why I pulled the trigger on giving surveys a go. Because I'm like, well, we need more money, right, to get us through until she's back to work. And to be perfectly honest, if I hadn't had surveys, like we would have been sinking and not swimming, right? So now that she's back at work, it's not money that's just paying the bills now, but it's now allowing us to pay down debt, and that's going to get us debt free much more quickly, and we're going to be able to then start investing all of that instead, and it's going to change our financial landscape pretty significantly. And I was considering becoming a principal, for example. I've had some friends go into that role, like, because it's something I enjoy, and it's obviously the pay bump will be nice. But some friends of mine have just moved into that role recently, and for them, they're like, after taxes and whatnot, it's like an extra $600 a month, which obviously is not to turn your
Oh,
nose at. But at the end of the day, like if I become a principal, I'm working way more hours where I'm not then at home with my kids and my young family and my wife. And I broke it down hourly, and with the extra time I would have to put in for that extra $600 a month, it would be like an extra $3.50 per hour or something. So
oh,
I'm here with my wife, I'm here with my kids, and I'm making more money than I would be if I move up to be a principal in my education world. So for those of you on the fence, give it a go. It works. It could be the difference in whatever your financial kind of landscape looks like. It could, be putting that food on the table. It could be keeping the landlord from calling you every week because you owe money. It could be paying down debt. It could be buying that car that you want, right? Or that you need now to go and drive for DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever it is that you're doing now. Right? Like this, it is life changing for sure.
Yeah, last thing, I don't want to keep you. I know you're a busy guy. I just want to ask this last thing. If you were to start over to be like, okay, I want to make money online, would you join the program again?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would have done this far sooner. I'd gone the route with my dad bought finance Twitter account. Yeah, give me a follow if you want. But I
Follow
don't.
my guy. Don't speed past that. Dad by finance. Follow my guy.
Give me a follow. But like I was heavy on the growth train. Like lots of accounts are, and I put a significant amount of effort and time into growing my account quickly so that I could make sales through affiliate marketing. And that was good for a little while, right? But like it was really time intensive. And yeah, like I made far more money through surveys a lot more quickly than I ever did with affiliate marketing. So if I were to do it all over, like when I'd heard of survey sauce before it became
Oh, yeah.
diversified in university, like I would have joined then, like in a heartbeat. So yeah, I would have done it a lot earlier for sure.
So, man, I really appreciate your words. I really hope it helps somebody see that this is something they can do even with a full-time job. This is something they can do to actually increase their income. So I just want to say I appreciate you for your time so much, my man. And we're going to talk again very, very soon.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.